Hello Electroheads, this is the Citroen ë-C3 Aircross, one of 7 cars from Citroen that are available for under £35,000 right now on the road. This is available for £22,000, making it a very affordable family car option.
Absolutely, we have the low spec, lowest cost model available because we know that you love those affordable priced electric vehicles. So today we're going to deep dive into this, we're going to test out some standout features, but first let's go into the spec.
This is the all-new Citroen ë-C3 Aircross, Citroen's first fully electric compact SUV, built to combine everyday practicality with the brand's signature comfort. It's available in 2 trims here in the UK. There's the Plus and the Max, both offering plenty of equipment but aimed at slightly different buyers. The Plus version keeps things simple and at great value. You get Citroen's advanced comfort seats and suspension and a bright, airy cabin with the new C-Zen lounge layout, complete with a compact steering wheel and a 10.25-inch touchscreen with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. On the outside, it comes with 17-inch diamond-cut alloys, LED lighting and a reversing camera as standard, making it feel anything but entry-level. Step up to the Max and you get a step up in equipment. You'll notice front and side parking sensors, blind spot monitoring and LED rear lights, all adding to the everyday safety and ease of use. Inside there are heated front seats, a heated steering wheel and a wireless smartphone charger, along with Citroen's 3D navigation system built into the central screen. The Max trim also has a stylish bi-tone roof in black or white for a more distinctive look. Both trims offer the same spacious cabin, a generous 460-litre boot, so whatever version you choose, the C3 Aircross blends Citroen's trademark comfort with modern practicality, ready for busy families and everyday adventurers alike.
The Citroen ë-C3 Aircross comes available in 2 different battery options. You have the standard range, which is a 44 kilowatt-hour battery, which can deliver up to 188 miles on one charge, or you have the extended range, which is a 54 kilowatt-hour battery, which can deliver up to 249 miles of range WLTP. With charging, you can get from 20 to 80% in just 26 minutes with a 100 kilowatt rapid charger. And speaking of charging, if you've got your own home charger, did you know that you could be making some money from it? Well, our sponsor for today's video, Joosup, will help you do exactly that.
Joosup is an EV charger sharing app that allows you to list your charge point and take bookings at days and times you set when it normally sits unused. They take 0 commission, so you can list your charger at prices comparatively lower than public charge points while still making a good profit. Joosup is on a mission to provide affordable, convenient and reliable EV charging nationwide. And by using our promo code Electroheads, you can enjoy 180 days free use. So give Joosup a try today and see how much you could earn. Visit joosup.com for more info or go to the Google Play or App Stores to download the app now.
Okay Ailish, I don't know what this is like as a passenger, but as a driver, I already have some thoughts.
Please, do tell.
When they were telling me about, or telling us about the new suspension, where they've replaced the kind of the stop buffer at the top of the suspension with a hydraulic thingamajiggy, I think is probably the technical term, which is just more cushioning. So when you hit a large bump, instead of hitting the stop at the top of it, there's basically an extra bit of suspension, a bit of cushioning there to make it supposedly a comfier ride. And my first thought was, I remember like back in the day when the old Citroen C3s, like in the 2005, I guess, or like 2006, that kind of era, it was like being on a boat when you were driving or a passenger in one of those. Like they were so boaty and so like lurchy that I often actually felt a little bit car sick when I was a passenger in one of them. And I know that was an intentional thing from Citroen, like they want it to be a very comfortable car to drive. So I was worried that would be the case, but I have to say, like the suspension's a bit stiffer than I thought it would be.
I was going to say that. I actually thought, I was expecting it to be this like bubbly, bouncy experience, and actually it is a little bit stiffer on the bumps.
Yeah, like the handling is, I mean, it's not tight, like it is very, there's a lot of travel in this steering wheel before much happens. Sorry if I'm making you feel a bit car sick. But you know, it's absolutely fine. It's very, very much serviceable on these roads. And yeah, I'm in comfort mode at the moment. We've only got 2 drive modes, drive and comfort. Comfort has more coasting, so when I lift off, there's no regen happening. Whereas if I go back into drive, now I'm in neutral. Okay, I've switched C off. So now I'm back in drive, no longer in neutral, and there's a bit of regen when I lift my foot off the accelerator, but I can't program that. Like I'm getting the regen that it gives me. There's no kind of like single pedal option.
I think this is the thing with Citroen. They've always spoke about trying to just simplify everything, and so I think they've really thought about maybe the first-time buyer or maybe somebody who isn't quite au fait with an electric vehicle. Just simplify it. You've got one regen mode, you've got a comfort mode,
Yeah.
you've got 2 specs. That's it.
Yeah, and I get that. I just wonder whether simplification is a marketing buzzword for basic. Because I'm looking around here, and I know that I'm veering off into kind of experiential opinions rather than driving opinions now, but we've got one temperature control, so you and I don't have separate temperature controls.
Yeah.
And it just kind of feels like there's a lack of controls on the infotainment system as well. There's no navigation, it's just CarPlay or Android Autoplay, and then they have the eRoute system, which is an app you download and you can mirror it to the infotainment system. But you just tried to do that off camera, and it needed like the VIN number, and we were driving, and it was all a bit of a palaver. It wasn't that easy. So yeah, the simplification I can get on board with. The AMI is simple. I don't think it would have confused people to add a few extra little touches here and there on this.
I guess you could argue, again, so many people who aren't sure about converting to electric will say, oh, I feel like electric cars, all it is really is the infotainment, the technical, like the fancy schmancy stuff that actually quite a lot of people don't really want. So I actually do think this is going to be hitting a market where people just want a car that works, that drives from A to B, it's got the essentials that it needs, and feels quite nice as well. I mean, I have to say, as a passenger, it's very comfy with the seats. Like this memory foam topping that they've got in these seats are, I mean, very comfy, but also quite supportive. So if you're doing those longer drives, I can imagine I would be very comfortable.
Yeah, it's fairly comfortable as a driver as well, I have to say. I just want to try a little 3-point turn to see what the turning circle's like. So I'm trying to find us a tight spot.
Well, I could jump out and film it as well.
Oh yeah, there's a skate park.
Oh yes.
Skate park / fly tipping dump. We could test the suspension here.
Yeah.
That's actually a good idea. Okay folks, you will have noticed that Ailish has disappeared, and that's because she's filming. I have found a local skate park that has a car park that has a lot of little speed bumps in it, which I think is a great test of how comfy this car is. So I'm going to hit some speed bumps, and if the Insta360 falls off, it's going to cost us a fair bit of cash. So let's see. Oh, that's not bad. Okay, we still have an Insta360. I'm going to go again a little bit faster this time. Not bad. I'll do one more. Actually quite impressed by this. Actually very comfy. Oh! Jeez. Not bad. I was expecting a lot worse from that, and actually I'm quite impressed. So let me just go and pick up my pal.
So we've just pulled up in this quaint little village here, so I can talk to you a little bit more about the Citroen Lounge, which isn't a new concept. This is something that the ë-C3, which I did review earlier on this year, has also. If you haven't seen that review, then feel free to check it out. I'll put the link right up here. But again, with the Citroen Lounge, it's all about just making it feel a little bit softer, a little bit more inviting than your average car. So they've put these kind of soft fabrics that kind of cocoon you a little bit. There's less plastics involved, and also it's just very nice and light and airy in here also. The thing with Citroën wanting to create more simplified, plush vehicles with this C-Zen lounge, of course, we need to look at the infotainment as well. And it is simplified. Remember, this is the Plus version, so I don't know if the infotainment is going to be any different in the Max. I'm guessing probably not.
I wouldn't have thought so.
Don't think so. And as you go through, I mean, there's literally the home button, which gives you the option of Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. Then you've got your radio stations. Then you've got your calls, and then the settings. So, I mean, as far as infotainments go, it's very, very simplified.
The 3 settings are language, factory reset, and software update.
So look, you're not going to get lost in the system like you do with, you know, other electric cars. So Citroën have definitely ticked that box in making it be more helpful than a hindrance. Do you want to add anything?
I just don't believe it though. Like they've just given no features whatsoever and then said like we've simplified the experience.
Well, because
I've had better infotainment systems on like 10-year-old cars than this.
Well, because I guess most people will just want to use their phone anyway, with the navigation, with the music.
Yeah, maybe.
So, actually, for me, I'm not too fussed about this.
Do you really feel like it feels like a lounge in here?
I mean, the only way you could kind of link it to a lounge, I feel like there's that kind of slight sofa plushy feel with the fabrics. I think that's kind of what they're going for, and obviously the sort of the cushioned seat. So I mean, lounge is obviously it's a marketing term, of course it is, but it does feel cozy in here.
Yeah, it does. It does feel cozy. All of this feels very close. Or like the side it all feels very kind of like closing in on you as a driver. Like we've been spoiled by things like the Ioniq 9, which is a lounge on wheels.
Yes.
So I don't want to judge it harshly against what is probably like an £100,000 car and the spec that we drove it. Yeah, it doesn't. It kind of feels like some of the old hatchbacks I used to drive, which is not a bad thing at all. And I think it's fine to make like a small family car that's just there to get you from A to B, and like not everything has to be marketed as a lounge on wheels, you know?
I see what you mean. They've just trying to activate those sort of trigger words that maybe kind of appeal to the buyer when actually they don't need to do that.
Yeah, it's the SUV virus. The SU virus. Like it's not an SUV, so like it doesn't have to be marketed as one. It's fine as it is, you know? That's my thoughts.
Rich reviews. Okay, so I thought I might switch things up.
Yep.
And come in the back just to see how it feels. And I haven't moved my seat from when I was sitting in the front, which was quite a reclined position, as you can see here. And I've still got quite a good bit of legroom, and that's something that I have noticed with this car, is that actually whether you're up in the front or in the back, there is plenty of room, both in terms of headspace for a 5'10" girly and also for leg room as well. You do get a little bit less leg room when you are in the middle, but actually the way that the car has been designed, because it's got a bit more of a boxy rear, you're able to get a bit more head height in the back here, which is chef's kiss.
Yeah, I mean boxy rear. Bad for a person, good for a car.
Yes. Well, depends on your taste, Rich.
Depends on your taste, yeah. But you know, like a bubble butt is famously a good thing, whereas like a box butt, not so much. But I can't believe that in the petrol version, there's an extra row of seats behind where you are. Can you like imagine that happening?
I think you could probably fit a couple of toddlers in the back.
Yeah.
Realistically, it was very tight. I mean, don't get me wrong, like I said, there is actually quite a lot of room for both the front and rear passengers. So, you know, maybe you could squeeze in 7 people if you really needed to, but I don't think if you had long legs, you'd be wanting to be in the back for very long at all.
Yeah, because we're like, what is it, 4.4 meters long or something?
Yes.
This car, which is it's quite long, and I seem to remember off the top of my head it was like 1.66 meters high, I think. And the fact that you've got a lot of headroom in the back there is very much a good sign, because you're quite tall.
Yeah, yeah. Feels a little bit dark back here, I will say.
Yeah. Yeah, we're missing a sunroof, aren't we?
Oh, yeah, that would be nice. But sunroofs don't come with a £23,000 electric car, really, do they?
But if you had like a tall, moody teenager, this would be perfect. You just chuck them in the back.
Yeah.
Forget about them.
Headphones in. I don't want to talk to you, Mom.
Yeah, yeah. You're not going to keep them entertained with the navigation system, that's for sure.
What I will say is, obviously, you were talking about the slight tweaking that's going on when you're driving. When I'm sat in the back here, I can really feel it.
Oh, really?
And it does make me wonder if, I mean, it's not fair because we've been driving winding, bumpy country roads. So maybe, you know, if you're on that kind of flat motorway, it's not going to be an issue. But right now, I certainly wouldn't want to be reading a book or head in my phone, because I think I would actually start to get a little bit sick.
Yeah, and obviously Citroën described that suspension that we were talking about earlier as the kind of magic carpet suspension. But the drawback of that is if you're somebody that suffers from motion sickness, the car never quite feels settled in one position, because there's so many hydraulics going on that it just always seems to be moving slightly.
Yeah.
And I do sometimes get motion sickness as a passenger. I don't think I've ever had it as a driver, and it is making me feel a little bit motion sick, actually, this car.
Very interesting.
Because you must be feeling that too. It kind of,
Yeah.
you know, it pushes you around very slowly. It's like you're in the world's gentlest massage chair or something. You know, like or the world's slowest washing machine.
Yeah.
And it is comfortable, and the seat is lovely, but it's just a bit of an odd feeling, really, isn't it?
Yeah, agreed.
Well, we didn't find the brewery. I'm not convinced that it exists. I think that was a total lie.
I guess we'll just have to go to the many, many pubs in London when we get home instead.
Yep. Back home it is. Okay, folks, you will notice that I've once again lost Eilish. That's because I'm doing a little three-pointer turn test of the turning circle. So let me do it here. Test the reversing camera. It's a pretty good reversing camera, actually. Bit tight here, but it's done okay, I think. Not bad, not amazing, but not bad, certainly. So look, there you have it, a car that divided opinions between us two, at least. It is a simple car. Is it simple but effective? I think it is quite effective. You know, it does the job. I just felt that simple was maybe a bit of a code word for basic, and I would have preferred more bells and whistles, but you actually quite liked the simplicity of it.
Yeah, I'm just putting my head in that mindset of people that want an electric car. They want to have the price point that is accessible for them, but also just kind of does the job from getting from A to B. And this is it, really. Sure, there was a little bit of sickness involved with how the car feels when you're driving it, but we were on country roads, so maybe that's a little bit unfair.
Yeah, perhaps. And we were driving it for a fair old time as well.
Yeah, exactly.
One thing I will say, and one thing that we can be really happy about, is we have more affordable electric cars on the road. Yes, finally. We've been doing this for like 5 years now, and it's really exciting to see better options out there for everyone.
That's right, guys. And don't forget, there are lots more car reviews on our channel, so make sure to have a little browse around after this to see what takes your fancy and learn a little bit more about the electric car sphere. But anyway, that is the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like this video if you found it at all helpful, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you for the next one.
See you soon.
Bye.
Ciao.